Welcome, Alex. Thanks so much for coming and lovely to meet you. I'm looking forward to this panel. It's going to be very interesting, a few women and a few men, so there's usually a better conversation when it's all sides of the table and all genders. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about what you love and are passionate about as far as investments go, and what makes your eyes light up when an entrepreneur comes in. What is that secret sauce?
Yeah, absolutely, and thank you so much for having me here. I think there's a few different things. So I spend a lot of time looking at FinTech very broadly, and then a few things on the periphery of FinTech, so things like the future of work and labor marketplaces, as well as things in health tech and new sort of data layers in that space. Overall, I've spent a lot of time. I've built a couple companies, and then I've spent a bunch of time in data analytics. So anything that's really making use of interesting data, processing it in new ways, securing it, drawing new conclusions, or building new workflows on top of it is very fascinating to me.
And is there anything that an entrepreneur should do as far as its secret sauce? When they come to pitch, what do you really look for? What makes you stop and listen?
Well, I don't think there's any secret there that hasn't been really covered, but I think it's some unique insight into what's going on, and sort of applied to the broader context. I think a lot of investing is really about timing, and we talk a lot about team, we talk about market size, but really it's about nailing the right opportunity. And so what I'm trying to do is get conviction that that entrepreneur is seeing something in the market that no one else is seeing and getting that timing just right.
And tell me, do you have a funny story as an investor? Anything that's happened to you? I know it's a hot seat, really, isn't it? Being an investor.
Yeah, I've got a couple stories. One's not as an investor, one's an investor. Okay. So I'll tell the non-investor story first, and this is sort of just to give you a sense for how far we've come. I was in college, and I started a startup in my senior year. This is in 04 or 05. We ran it. We were collecting all these job interview questions. It was the largest job interview question database in the world at that time, I think. Got a bunch of traction. Then we got a call from the administration. We were pretty excited because maybe they want to support us. This is how many students start a company. We get brought in, and of course, it's like an academic warning for running a server in a dorm room. Just total discouragement of entrepreneurship. And now, same school, fantastic school, has this whole broad entrepreneurship program. Everyone's encouraged to mingle. It's just a completely different environment. So, just to see how far that's come is amazing. Yes. In terms of funny entrepreneur stories, I think everyone's a little bit of a, you always remember, you always appreciate the entrepreneurs that actually stick out. We got one that really wanted to stick out and sent us it was a startup around sort of pricing esoteric collectible items like cars and wine, and sent us a bottle of wine, a miniature car, and all this other stuff by mail from Europe, which was just so generous. And it was so far out of our wheelhouse. Unfortunately, is a good idea, but there's no way we could do it. We took the meeting, had a conversation, gave him a lot of advice. I didn't drink the wine. We gave it to someone else on the team. But one tip for entrepreneurs is it's a little bit like dating. You play a little bit hard to get, and you get the VCs a little bit more excited in what you're doing.
Right. And obviously, gifts are always welcome in dating as well, right?
Right. But no gifts for VCs, please. No gifts.
Is it a bit like the political scene that you're not meant to accept gifts?
Yeah, although we have no rules about it. So, but yeah, absolutely, no gifts are necessary. No bribes.
There's no room where you throw all the gifts like they do in Washington, right?
The only gifts for VCs are other deals.
Okay.